Hello, welcome to Social Data Mining Assignment 2. My name is Arman Kerosinwala and the student ID is 200468671. The topic for today is the tools and the techniques to collect the real-time data from using the two applications. So we were given a number of various types of applications to use and we can select any two. So I have particularly selected Twitter and Reddit for this assignment, and the languages I have used is Python, and the database I have used is the MongoDB server, and for the front end I have used the HTML. So the task functionality, coming to the task functionality, at first we have scraped the data using the two applications that are the Reddit and the Twitter. After that I have stored the data into the MongoDB server, the scraped data into the MongoDB server, and after that I have whatever has been posted onto the website has been shown using the front end, using the HTML. So over here, as you can see, this is this data which has been scraped from Twitter using the Python code, and the application I have used is the PyCharm over here. And this is the data from Reddit and using the Python code as well. And this is the credentials which has been given by the Reddit and the Twitter for the when I requested for the developer's account in order to create the auth connection and the necessary credentials for using the developer's account. And this is the data storage in order to store the data into the MongoDB server. This is the code for the main HTML page, and this is the code for the Twitter HTML page, and this is the code for the Reddit HTML page. Sorry about that. And this is the application page in which we have integrated the MongoDB, the Twitter auth, the Reddit auth, and everything in together so that it shows how in real time it works. And this is the front end of the HTML. So here is my credentials. As I said earlier, this is the credentials which has been given by the Twitter and the Reddit when requested for the developer's account while creating this assignment, so that it can be used to link with the auth connection and provide the necessary access to our database. So this is the code which I have used to scrape the data from Twitter. So we have imported the necessary libraries in order to scrape the data from the particular social media website. So this is the auth connection handler, and this is the credentials for the API. This is the tokens which has been given, which I have shown earlier in the credentials part. This is my username on Twitter. And this is the tweet ID, tweet author, the data which we need to collect it from the and store it into our database. So, and this is our MongoDB cluster URL in order to store the data onto the MongoDB URL. And the same goes for the Reddit as well. So in Reddit we have used the Pro library. We have imported the Pro library, and this is the Reddit authentication, the credentials, the username, the password, and everything. And this is the Reddit data which we need to collect and store it into our DB. That is the post ID. What is the author name, whomsoever posted the post. This is the title. What was the title? a description, the date and the timestamp, and what is the post score. So, and for the MongoDB we have used, and this is our MongoDB URL to collect the data and store it to our database. Here is the main HTML page. So over here we have used the source file. This is the background colors and the color codes which we have which has been used to change the background colors into the HTML page. And over here we have used the source file, the background images from the websites and for, the wallpapers whichever we liked it. And this is the social data web application, the header, and this is like what the people need, like a container containing like what people are thinking or what's on your mind. And this is the image for the Reddit, and this is for the Twitter, and we have used the wallpapers, and this is the source image file for that, and this is the reference for the Reddit and the Twitter. On the Twitter HTML, in the Twitter HTML page, I have used the Twitter HTML, so whatever you posted will get directly reflected into your main account and simultaneously get stored into the database. And the same goes with the Reddit page as well. So whatsoever you post into the Reddit will get reflected into your user account and get stored into the DB as well. So this is the image file which we have stored, and this is all for the HTML page. So here I will show, and this is the application, that is the final part, and in this we have used the Flask library, PyMongo, and the libraries from the Twitter and the Reddit as well. And this is a MongoDB connection, and this is a Reddit authentication. So in order to provide the necessary access to the Reddit as well as the Twitter account. And this we have used the HTML references over here from the main HTML, the Reddit and the Twitter HTML pages. And this is our updates which will get stored into the DB, and the same goes with the Twitter as well. So now I will run the Twitter the Twitter library, and show like the data being stored into the Twitter. So this is the data being stored into the Twitter, that is the tweet ID that uniquely generates a tweet ID, the tweet author, that's my name, and the assignment whatsoever I have tweeted over there, and these are the number of the tweets. Now I will show for the Reddit as well. Okay. So this is the post ID, and it gets uniquely generated. The post, my username, the title, the text, and the same goes like whatsoever post you have posted on Reddit. These are the number of the post on Reddit. So now just a second. So these are the posts whatsoever I have posted on the Twitter account, and the same goes with the Reddit as well. So now I will show a live demonstration of it. So I will run the application file. So it's running on this IP. So this is my front main HTML page over here, and as I showed earlier, the social data web application, the name which I have passed over there, and the second container, like what's on your mind or what people are thinking. So from here I will post for the Reddit. So this is my Reddit HTML page over here. Now I will post social data mining assignment now. Sorry about that. So now I will post it. Now the same should have been reflected onto my main user page as well as the MongoDB. So now this is my MongoDB and I have refreshed it. So it was for the Reddit. So as you can see, my object ID, my post ID has been uniquely generated, my author, my username, and the title, the social data mining assignment which I have posted in the video right now, and the text is done, and the date and the time, that is 21/2020. Now I will show the same for the Twitter as well. So what's on your mind? Now the same should have been reflected for the Twitter as well. Now first, sorry about that, I didn't show in the username for the Reddit. So this social data mining assignment, and this is 1 minute ago. This was 1 minute ago, and the same should have been reflected for the Twitter as well. So over here, as you can see, this is the same has been reflected into the Twitter for the Twitter data. That is the tweet ID, the author name, whomsoever have tweeted it, the tweet text, that what was the text and everything, the time and the date as well, and the tweet source. So now the same should have been reflected into my Twitter account. So I will just refresh it. So as you can see, on my Twitter account, it shows assignment completed, and that's my username as I showed earlier as well. So that's all from my side. Hope you liked it. Thank you. Have a great day.